Elvis Presley, the king of rock and roll, passed away on August 16, 1977, or so the official record states. However, for decades, conspiracy theories and numerous sightings have kept alive the notion that Elvis did not actually die, but instead went into hiding. These alleged sightings have spanned the globe, fueling the imagination of fans and skeptics alike. Below are the top 10 most famous Elvis sightings since his supposed death. One of the most famous Elvis sightings occurred in 1988 in Kalamazoo, Michigan. A woman claimed to have seen Elvis in a grocery store, alive and well, buying a jar of peanut butter. This sighting quickly gained traction as it was reported that the Elvis looked remarkably like the star, with the same distinctive sideburns and sunglasses. The town became a hotspot for Elvis fans, all hoping to catch a glimpse of the king. In 1989, a photograph taken at Elvis's Graceland estate purportedly showed the singer sitting in the meditation garden where he is buried. The image stirred controversy because it appeared to show a man with Elvis's famous hairstyle and sideburns sitting quietly in a garden chair. While some dismissed it as a look-alike or a hoax, others believed it was the real Elvis paying a visit to his own gravesite. Another popular sighting happened at the Memphis International Airport in the late 1980s. A man resembling Elvis was spotted buying a one-way ticket to Buenos Aires. According to witnesses, the man looked exactly like Elvis would have if he had aged naturally. This sighting spurred further speculation that Elvis had faked his death to escape the pressures of fame and had chosen to live out his life in anonymity. 4. The Legoland, California sighting, 2001. A more recent sighting occurred in 2001 at Legoland, California. A family visiting the park reported seeing an elderly man who bore a striking resemblance to Elvis Presley. The man was reportedly dressed in a classic Elvis-style jumpsuit and was seen posing with a large group of fans. Although the sighting was later attributed to a particularly convincing Elvis impersonator, some still believe it could have been the king himself. 5. The Elvis Tribute Artist Competition sighting, 2002. In 2002, during an Elvis Tribute Artist competition in Collingwood, Ontario, a man who looked and sounded exactly like Elvis was spotted among the crowd. The sighting was particularly compelling because the man didn't participate in the competition but was seen observing and interacting with fans. Some claimed this was Elvis himself, watching his legacy live on through impersonators. 6. The Mississauga Shopping Mall sighting, 2007. In 2007, a woman in Mississauga, Ontario, claimed to have seen Elvis shopping at a local mall. The man she identified as Elvis was reportedly in his 70s, wearing a baseball cap and sunglasses. He was said to have been humming one of Elvis's songs as he browsed through the aisles. This sighting attracted significant media attention, and even though it was never substantiated, it remains one of the most talked about Elvis sightings. Number 7, the Blackpool Elvis sightings from 2008 to 2010. Over a span of 2 years, several sightings of Elvis were reported in Blackpool, England. Local residents claimed to have seen an older man who strongly resembled the king walking along the beach and sitting at local cafes. The sightings were so frequent that some began to believe Elvis had moved to Blackpool to live a quiet life by the sea. 8. The Vicksburg, Mississippi sighting, 2012. In 2012, a sighting of Elvis was reported in Vicksburg, Mississippi at a gas station. The man, believed to be in his late 70s, was described as wearing a white jumpsuit, much like Elvis's iconic stage outfits. He was seen filling up a classic Cadillac and reportedly sang a few lines of Jailhouse Rock while paying at the counter. The sighting reignited interest in the theory that Elvis was still alive. 9. The Graceland Cemetery photo, 2016. In 2016, a photo surfaced online that purportedly showed Elvis visiting his own grave at Graceland. The man in the photo, who bore a striking resemblance to an older Elvis, was seen placing flowers on the tombstone. The image went viral, leading many to speculate that the king had returned to his roots to pay his respects. 10. The Jimmy Orion Ellis theory, 2020. In 2020, a documentary revisited the story of Jimmy Orion Ellis, a singer with an eerily similar voice and appearance to Elvis. After Ellis's death, some theorists speculated that he was actually Elvis living under a new identity. Sightings of Ellis at various performances in the 1980s and 1990s were re-examined, with some claiming these were actually sightings of the King himself. Conclusion. Whether or not these sightings are true, they illustrate the enduring impact Elvis Presley has had on popular culture. The idea of Elvis still being alive has become a phenomenon in its own right, blending reality with myth. The sightings, ranging from the plausible to the bizarre, reflect the hope of fans that the king of rock and roll could still be out there, living on in secrecy. While there is no definitive evidence to support these claims, the legend of Elvis Presley remains as alive as ever in the hearts of his admirers.